In 2020, BTS released Dynamite. It topped charts worldwide and solidified the group's massive global footprint. But that success presented an immediate logistical problem. Big hit music and the septet had to figure out how to follow up the biggest song in the world while a global pandemic restricted their ability to tour. The stakes were immense. The Western music industry was watching to see if their English-language breakthrough was an isolated occurrence or a sustainable new baseline. On April 26, 2021, the group launched their campaign. They didn't drop a traditional teaser. Instead, they broadcast an hour-long YouTube livestream featuring nothing but an animated square of yellow butter slowly melting. Over the course of that single hour, 12.8 million people tuned in to watch an unmoving graphic dissolve into a puddle. This was a calculated exercise in attention economics. By turning a mundane visual into a communal event, they gathered their massive audience into a single space and set the stage for their next release. When Butter officially arrived on May 21st, the anticipation was met with a sharp, infectious dance identity. The track pulls distinctive textures from 1980s and 1990s dance pop and blends them with modern electronic elements. The production explicitly channeled the swaggering R&B and pop style popularized by the legendary duo Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. To achieve that specific texture, the arrangement relies on dynamic analog synthesizers that drive the funk groove. But the initial demo required adjustment to fit the group's voice. RM stepped in to personally rewrite the English rap sections. RM adjusted the rhythm and vocabulary of these verses, ensuring the flow matched the group's established style and charismatic delivery. The final composition balanced broad pop mechanics with the group's authentic creative edge. With 3.9 million concurrent premiere viewers and 108.2 million total views, Butter eclipsed previous YouTube records. On Spotify, it captured over 11 million global streams in a single day. These numbers secured 5 Guinness World Records, overtaking benchmarks held by major Western pop artists. The subsequent strategy focused on endurance. Butter held the #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100 for 10 non-consecutive weeks. To bolster these metrics, they utilized a physical marketing campaign, releasing limited edition 7-inch vinyl records and discounted cassette tapes. Digitally, they maintained longevity by releasing a sequence of tonal remixes, including the hotter, sweeter, and cooler versions. They also released a high-profile remix featuring Megan Thee Stallion, successfully introducing the track to new listener demographics. The Butter era took organic fan enthusiasm and translated it into a sustained, calculated statistical campaign. In April 2022, the group brought this momentum to the 64th Annual Grammy Awards for their first in-person solo performance at the ceremony. The performance faced major obstacles. Multiple members were only days out of COVID-19 recovery, and Jin was dealing with a serious hand injury that limited his movement. Despite these setbacks, they executed a complex James Bond-inspired undercover spy concept for the live broadcast. The spectacle began with Jungkook, dressed in a black tuxedo, swooping down from the ceiling on a wire. From there, the group performed an intricate dance break involving their tuxedo jackets, earning a standing ovation from the crowd. That single live broadcast provided a tangible link between the group's abstract digital metrics and their physical, high-caliber showmanship. This industry validation is a long way from the group's origins as a rookie act fighting for attention in the South Korean market. The Butter release cycle addressed lingering industry skepticism, proving that the group's global reach was a permanent fixture of the landscape. The Butter campaign established a blueprint for engagement that Western labels began to mirror, shifting the group's role from foreign export to industry trendsetter. This era forced the music establishment to acknowledge a new reality. The group was now defining the very rules of the charts they once struggled to enter.